The virus that causes COVID-19 keeps changing. There are a bunch of new versions, and they're more contagious.
Countries around the world seem to just be scrambling, trying to keep up and stay ahead of these variants.
Viruses usually spread within species, animal to animal, person to person. But sometimes they mutate and do things like jump the species barrier, say. That's what happened with swine flu, MERS, and this one, SARS-CoV-2.
Scientists have been sequencing the genes of the coronavirus throughout 2020, looking for changes in the genetic code and creating a type of family tree. The mutation in England has been called the B117 lineage. This B117 lineage has 3 important mutations, all on the spike protein, which are the spikes on the outside of the virus shell. The spikes are also what are used to enter to human cells via the ACE2 receptor. Probably the most interesting mutation in the B117 lineage is called N501Y. The name N501Y means that the mutation has caused the amino acid at site 501 to become tyrosine. Because this amino acid is part of what is called the receptor binding domain, or RBD, the N501Y mutation could affect how readily the virus gets into human cells. This has led to a hypothesis that an immunodeficient patient who was chronically infected for several months created a breeding ground for mutations, harboring a diverse community of virus forms. Then, perhaps convalescent plasma, which is full of antibodies, was administered for therapy, which then put selective pressure on the many new strains of virus in this immunodeficient individual. So that's a hypothesis put forth by 10 researchers in the UK.
Let's look at it this way, using what's called the reproduction number. This coronavirus was known to spread from one person to 2 to 3 other people on average. The R number was between 2.5 and 3.5. That's without things like social distancing and lockdowns to control the spread. With those measures, the R number came down. The virus was infecting maybe just one other person, or fewer, which is enough to stall the spread. But then this new UK strain showed up and pushed the R number back up to as high as 1.7. It showed up in September 2020. And according to the World Health Organization, they think it could be about 70% more contagious than the original Wuhan strain.